love you.
Hey.
Gravy train.
Gravy train. Gravy with your dang. You can't find me.
Yo guys, what is going on? I'm Anthony the Wizard. Welcome to another video. Today I have such an interesting topic to talk to you guys about, okay? This is definitely a topic that I feel like a lot of people are gonna have mixed opinions. Some people are gonna love it. I can definitely see some people potentially not liking it. It really just depends on KingsIsle and what they're planning to do. But pretty much KingsIsle released like a dev letter. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. But pretty much what it is pretty much it just talks about like the admins, what they're planning, the endeavors for the future of Wizard101. You know, what they're planning for the summer update, what they're planning for the future winter update, and honestly I couldn't be more excited to talk to you guys about some of these things. Now my opinions right now are really on the fence. I can definitely see the positives and negative things about everything they've posted here, but I'm going to be talking about two things particularly, okay? If you want to read the dev update, go into my description, it'll be there. I don't know if it's called a dev update, to be honest. I don't know what it's called, but I definitely think it is a very important read if you're interested in the future of this game. Pretty much they talked about PvP, and they also talked about sun enchants. Now I'm going to talk about PvP first because it really is important what they have said. Again, I'm on the fence. Don't take anything that I say like against or for, because I don't know where this is going. Again, they didn't release as much information as I feel like we would have liked as a player base, but they did release a lot of information to basically let our minds wander a little bit towards what they have said. And pretty much what they said, I won't quote them, I'll just tell you guys off of my memory. They said that they're planning on rebuilding PvP from the ground up. Now to me, that sounds like they're acknowledging that PvP is broken. To acknowledge that that they need to rebuild the game from the ground up, it tells me like, hey, you know, we understand that PvP is not in a very viable state right now, so we're definitely going to work on rebuilding it from the ground up. And that is definitely a step in the right direction, okay? Now, rebuilding it from the ground up is definitely something that I feel like honestly I wouldn't want them to do. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean? You know, it sounds amazing. And let me tell you, if they rebuild PvP from the ground up, I feel like it's not really gonna let them make any mistakes at all, you know? And to be honest, PvP right now, even though it is very, very, very broken and it needs to be worked to an extent, it is really attractive, which is something that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. It is honestly one of the most attractive parts of this game, which is something that sounds probably so weird to everyone playing or watching this video right now, just using that word in a game like this. But I remember when I first started PvPing, I was on my fire. I literally was raging so hard because I had just lost 3 matches in a row. I was really angry, you know, I didn't know the correct gear, I didn't know what spells I was using, I was really all over the place. And I remember I was raging so hard, I left the PvP arena, I logged off the game, and I was like, I'm never gonna play this game again, like it's so terrible. And the next day, back on, and guess what, you know, I looked up a guide, level 60 PvP guide for fire. You know, I think it was James the Ace who posted a video on it, but you know, something that I feel like a lot of people forget to mention is that PvP is in a state where it really does pull you back in every time, you know, you leave. Every time I leave, it's like, oh dude, I really gotta get to Warlord today, I really gotta get that next rank, I really gotta win a few matches today, which is why, you know, 60% of the player base right now is PvPing, and the other 40% that isn't PvPing hasn't experienced the nature of that side of the game yet. So I think definitely that rebuilding the game from the bottom up, it is not a smart move. I mean, again, they didn't release any information. For all I know, this could be the best thing ever to rework PvP from the ground up. If they released something like some of the things that they're planning to do, it would be much more easier for me to go, oh, maybe you shouldn't do this, maybe you should do this. But at the current moment, I'm more on the fence. If they can make this update absolutely amazing, you know, rebuilding it from the ground up, if they can make it so fair, if they can make it so that it's more, you know, based on skill than actual, you know, luck and RNG, which is what it currently is, you know. And again, something that, I mean, I guess this is kind of just coming from memory, I guess, something that a lot of games do, and this sucks, and it literally always brings them down, is that they focus their games towards newbie players. They focus their games towards players who are brand new to the scene, and that is not something that any game should do. If you are a game developer, hear me out right now, you should be focusing on players who have the correct gear, who have the correct knowledge, who have played hours of your game. You know, you should focus on basically providing those players with more skill, you know, the better ways to win. You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to go into a match if I have more, you know, skill, if I have more knowledge, if I have, you know, basically an easy easier chance to win than my opponent, and I still lose because, oh, they pulled a wild bolt and hit me for max. I definitely don't think that that's what should happen, to be honest, and I don't think that PvP is in a very good state to be reworked from the ground up. But yeah, KingsOwl, just listen to me. Please do not base PvP towards newbie players. It is just going to ruin your game. There are so many examples I could provide to where games have focused their game on newer players and they have just fallen because of it. You know, Fortnite is an example right now. Yes, a lot of people see it doing amazing, but it has been falling recently because a lot of the developers have made the decision to make the game more newbie friendly, and it has been losing player bases. I think it's lost like 40% of its player base since, you know, its peak, which is definitely something to talk about, honestly. So yeah, please fix PvP, I'm begging you, but don't break it at the same time. I really want to know what they're planning on doing for it. If they want to make it better, at least tell us how they're going to do it so that we can go, oh, do this, you know, do that, and then just give our opinion so then they can get a better understanding of what they're doing. Now, Sun Enchant. Again, okay, I'm more on the fence with this. They didn't give us too much information. They did give us a little bit more information about PvP, sorry. Pretty much what they said with the Sun Enchants is that they acknowledge that a lot of players use them at lower levels, which is really, really good. It tells me that they're listening to the community, which a lot of people definitely didn't think they were doing. But they pretty much said that they understand that a lot of players use Sun School enchants at lower levels from TC vendors. They said that they don't want TC vendors to sell Sun Enchants, and they just want to make, you know, enchants more viable at lower levels, which to me tells me that they want to move the Sun School from Celestia to like Wavenwood or to like Marleybone or Crocotopia or something like that, which I think, I don't really know. I'm more on the fence with this, to be completely honest with you guys. I think that if they bring it to a lower level, it would be amazing, but at the same time, I don't want to sacrifice TC enchants for that. That would be really stupid in my opinion, because you're just taking away PvP enchants, which is not a very good thing. I sit really on the fence with this, to be completely honest with you guys. I don't have a very strong opinion towards this because I don't know what they're going to do. If they do this, you know, they make it in Marleybone, they make it in Crocotopia, or they make it in Wizard City, whatever they do, I really hope they don't remove TC enchants with them. That is something that I feel like they have to acknowledge, that people do not want TC enchants gone. They are in a very good state right now and they shouldn't be touched with at all. So yeah, I feel like if they do this with the Sun Enchants, definitely they should make them lower level, 100%. They should make Sun Enchants lower level, but they shouldn't at all come with the cost of losing TC enchants. That would be terrible, and that is not something that I feel like the players want. I definitely think that they are in a position to make Sun Enchants lower level because, you know, questing solo is really, really difficult right now, especially for ice. If you don't have the correct gear, if you don't really know what you're doing, like for any school, if you don't know what you're doing, you know, it's always nice to have that help from enchants to do that little bit more damage, which is always useful. So yeah, at the end of the day, we really have to see what they're planning. If they plan to make enchants lower level and remove TC enchants, I feel like that's just going to negatively impact the game. If they make enchants lower level and they keep TC enchants, it's going to make the game so much more fun. It's going to make the game so much more viable at lower levels, which I feel like it's really lacking right now, you know. I guess all around it's really lacking in terms of PvP and PvE. So again, it depends on the summer update. We are expecting a big dungeon as well, which could also change PvP. To be honest with you guys, something that I was deciding, and I guess this is the segment of the video where I want to talk about something that I was thinking about, and I know this is going to sound really weird to a lot of people, but I was thinking about them potentially doing little minor updates to PvP in the summer update, which is coming in a few months. Little tiny minor updates, and then basically focusing on those updates in the next updates. So what I mean, you know, they change Lawmaster, they change Headless Horseman, they change Ice a little tiny bit, you know, they change all those things that are sort of broken right now, and then they go, oh, the winter update comes next, and then they go, oh, you know, we changed these specific items, what did it cause in the game, so we can help change it. So I don't think that PvP is kind of like a one-stop, just do this and then leave it alone. I think it's more or less you kind of have to implement an update excuse me, figure out what is wrong and then go from there. I don't think that it is in a current state just to boom, update and that's it. So I mean, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that them releasing a dev update like this was really, really good. I don't think it was a bad thing at all, and it really does, you know, make the community a lot more happy to see that yes, we are going to be getting a PvP update. Yes, we are going to be getting more Sun Enchants at lower levels, which, you know, some of the things that, these aren't things that the player base was asking for. This is like, I don't think anyone of the player base was asking for lower level Sun Enchants, but this is a really, really good thing. So it really surprises me that KingsOwl can kind of implement something that a lot of the player base didn't want and still make it fun and interesting and exciting. So So yeah, congratulations KingsIsle, you've definitely made a really good dev update. I really hope that you aren't thinking over your heads or below your heads. Is that even a saying? Yeah, we'll have to see what comes out. See you guys later.